For someone who has made a career making impressive business deals, Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones continues to stumble when it comes to locking up his players. There seems to be a part of the franchise owner that welcomes the chaos and the uncertainty it brings. Perhaps understanding the team is no longer winning games of note, Jones has fallen into the trap of believing any press is good press. The last Cowboys debacle easily disproves the sentiment, with Micah Parsons becoming the talk of the league. Not based on his on-field accomplishments or the exciting season ahead, but due to the Stars' trade demands. It is a mess brought to Dallas fans thanks to the one and only Jerry Jones. The owner often lauds the fact that he pays his players even in this negotiation, pointing to deals for CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott as evidence. However, what this somehow ignores is the fact that both deals followed the exact same script. The entire fanbase knew both players were overdue for a contract, and Jones dug his heels in waiting until the last possible moment to pay his players. Hardly an advisable strategy in a market that is constantly being reset. Jerry Jones continues to cost the Cowboys valuable cap space. It costs the Cowboys millions of dollars in both deals that could have easily been used on much-needed depth. The deals Jerry points to in an attempt to make his point on the Parsons debacle point out a continual problem for the franchise. Waiting to pay your star players until the last possible moment screams franchise malpractice in a league where every dollar matters. To further this point, look back and consider how much cheaper a deal for Parsons would have been an off-season ago. This was before Myles Garrett and then TJ Watt reset the market and gave the Dallas Star incredible leverage. The price has been set, and there are a myriad of teams willing to meet it if the Cowboys won't pay. Instead of doing the obvious, Jones has preferred to take shots at Micah's agent and discuss the number of games the pass rusher has missed. Yet another perfect example of the aging billionaire's ego getting in the way of obvious football decisions. Jones would later double down on these mistakes, pointing out that fans were louder last season when demanding the franchise pay CeeDee. Nothing players with strong egos love more than being compared negatively to another star on their team who has already been paid. For Lamb's part, the receiver wasted zero time defending his teammate and issuing a message that the franchise must pay Parsons. Regardless, the point remains that this is a mess of Jones' own creation and a reminder of an aging owner who cares more about the spotlight than winning games. While his words might indicate otherwise, Jerry's actions continue to be those of a selfish owner who puts himself before the team. If that wasn't the case, Parsons would be under a contract already aging well, and Dallas wouldn't find itself in the headlines for its failures and an owner who continues to alienate its best player. NFL training camp and preseason is generally a time when fans and the media make a big deal out of nothing, where plays that takes place in practice, good ones or bad ones, are treated as they have some great significance that could determine how a whole season plays out. Most often, they end up meaning very little. But sometimes plays take place in practice that simply cannot be ignored. That's what happened in the Dallas Cowboys joint practice with the Los Angeles Rams on Tuesday. And this one play has Cowboys fans so excited that some are even predicting that it will lead to a change in the team's starting quarterback. What happened? Cowboys trade acquisition turning heads. Perhaps it will not become as a surprise to find out that the spectacular play involved the Cowboys' hyper-athletic backup quarterback Joe Milton III. The Cowboys acquired the 25-year-old Milton in an April 3rd trade with the New England Patriots, along with a 7th-round draft pick, sending back nothing more than a 5th-round pick in return. For the Patriots, the trade had to be considered a win, at least on paper, because they drafted Milton last year in the 6th round, 193rd overall. That was the same draft in which New England owned the number 3 overall pick and used it on their quarterback of the future, Drake May. But after Milton's play in Tuesday's joint practice went viral, even some Patriots fans were wondering if their team let Milton go too quickly and for a price that was much too low, at least as evidenced by calls to local sports talk radio. Massive Milton TD pass goes viral. The play that caused all of the buzz and that went viral in a video posted by Dallas KDFW-TV sports anchor Jeff Kolb was Milton's touchdown pass against the Rams' defense to wide receiver Jalen Brooks, a Cowboys 7th-round draft pick out of South Carolina in 2023. Milton's pass flew 75 yards in the air, landing straight into the arms of the waiting Brooks. Of course, the pass will not be recorded as an official NFL stat. If it had, it would have been a record, at least for the next-gen stats era, which dates back to 2016. Baker Mayfield holds official record. The longest pass in the air ever recorded by next-gen stats in an NFL game was thrown by Baker Mayfield, then quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, against the Baltimore Ravens in 2020. That toss traveled 70.5 yards, but landed incomplete. No NFL quarterback, at least since the statistic has been measured, has ever thrown a pass of 75 yards in the air, complete or incomplete in an official game. But Brooks caught Milton's pass in the end zone for touchdown. Cowboys fan reaction online was enthusiastic to say the least, with one fan declaring, "Is it just me or this our guy?" Fans react to video of Milton bomb. Given that Cowboys starter Dak Prescott is the highest-paid player in NFL history on a 4-year, $240 million contract, Milton will probably not become the Cowboys guy. But, reacting the viral video, another said of Milton, "We fleeced the Pats. We gonna get a first-round pick if we trade him." A third made the prediction, Milton will be starter by Week 8 and never look back, while another asserted, "It's a matter of time." As long as Prescott stays healthy, the idea that Milton will replace him anytime soon seems far-fetched. But the former Tennessee Volunteer is competing with fellow backup Will Grier for the number 2 job behind Prescott. The Cowboys gave a hint where that competition stands when they announced this week that Milton will be ahead of Grier on the depth chart for Sunday's preseason opener against the Rams. Dallas Cowboys star edge rusher Micah Parsons and the team remain locked in a contract standoff with owner Jerry Jones, but NFL insider Albert Breer believes a resolution is near. Speaking on The Rich Eisen Show, Breer said he expects the Cowboys and Parsons to finalize a new deal just before the start of the regular season. He projected a contract worth around $45 million per year and said both sides would likely walk away satisfied. Breer also raised concerns about the delayed agreement affecting Parsons' season. He pointed to last year's situation with wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, who missed time in training camp before suffering a soft tissue injury early in the season. Parsons has not participated in practices since requesting a trade last week, but he remains present at training camp. He has attended team meetings, participated in strength and conditioning work, and mentored younger players, including rookie Donovan Ezeruaku. Despite his holdout, he has maintained a strong presence within the locker room. Micah Parsons' holdout is getting to the Cowboys. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, who has experienced lengthy contract negotiations of his own, voiced support for Parsons. Prescott said he understands the business side of the NFL and commended Parsons for remaining around the team while protecting himself from potential injury. Team owner Jerry Jones has not spoken directly with Parsons since March. He dismissed the trade request as part of the negotiation process and emphasized that previous Cowboys contract extensions often came at the last moment. Still, Jones admitted he was unsure if Parsons would be available for the season opener against the Philadelphia Eagles on September 4th. The Cowboys have said they want to keep Parsons, and multiple reports suggest the possibility of a long-term deal remains alive. However, the lack of ongoing negotiations has created uncertainty around a player widely regarded as one of the league's top defensive talents. As the Cowboys push towards Super Bowl contention, securing his services remains one of their top priorities.